Let's be real. Most people look at their paycheck and think, how on earth am I supposed to build wealth from this? Bills swallow half, rent eats another chunk, and whatever is left barely covers coffee and Netflix. But here's the twist. You don't need a fat paycheck to start building passive income streams. What you need is a system, patience, and the guts to play the long game. You don't have to be born rich, win the lottery, or invent the next iPhone. You just need to learn how to make every single dollar in your small paycheck behave like a soldier, working day and night, quietly building your future freedom. If you're ready to unlock your potential and achieve more, hit subscribe. We're dedicated to delivering actionable tips and real-life success stories. All right, let's dive in. Number 1. Pay yourself first before the world does. If you wait until the end of the month to save, you'll never save. Bills, subscriptions, impulse buys, they'll take it all. The secret is flipping the order. The moment your paycheck arrives, skim off a slice, say 10%, and lock it away before the world gets its hands on it. Treat it like a bill you can't skip, but instead of paying your landlord, you're paying your future self. Even if your paycheck is just $2,000 a month, 10% is $200. That may sound small, but here's the kicker. That $200 isn't meant to just sit. When invested consistently into dividend stocks, ETFs, or index funds, it starts compounding. Over 20 years, at a modest 8% annual return, that $200 a month turns into nearly $120,000, and that's without raises or bonuses. The mindset shift is crucial. Stop telling yourself you'll save when you earn more. Wealthy people got rich by saving before they earned more. The world will always hand you excuses to spend. New gadgets, takeout, vacations you can't afford. But if you automate your saving, you don't even have to think. That tiny decision repeated becomes a money-making machine. Number 2, start with assets you don't have to babysit. The biggest myth about passive income is that it requires active hustle. People imagine running 10 Airbnbs, flipping houses, or launching side businesses. Those aren't passive. That's a second job. The smarter move? Start with assets that don't need babysitting. Think dividend stocks. Imagine owning shares in a company like Coca-Cola or Apple. You're not just hoping the stock goes up. You're actually getting paid quarterly because you own a piece of their profits. That's dividend income, and it requires zero effort once you're in. Or take index funds. These are baskets of hundreds of stocks wrapped together so you don't have to pick winners. They track the market, and history shows the U.S. stock market has returned around 9–10% per year over the long run. Here's the beauty. With fractional shares today, you don't need thousands to start. You can literally buy $50 worth of Amazon or Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF and begin collecting returns. You don't have to be Warren Buffett to buy an asset. You just have to stop overthinking and start owning. Number 3, break free from lifestyle creep. The silent killer of wealth is lifestyle creep. You get a raise and suddenly you're eating out more, upgrading your phone, or moving into a bigger apartment. The more you earn, the more you spend, and somehow you still feel broke. Sound familiar? Here's a story. A guy I knew went from making $40,000 to $70,000 in 2 years. Instead of using that $30,000 difference to invest, he bought a new SUV, started wearing designer clothes, and took multiple vacations a year. Fast forward 5 years, he had no investments, no savings, and was still living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher standard. Lock your lifestyle at one level while your income grows. If you're comfortable living on $2,000 a month, keep living on it, even when you're making $3,000 or $4,000. Funnel the difference into your stock portfolio, ETFs, or even a Roth IRA. That difference is what builds your passive income. Every raise you get can be your ticket out of paycheck slavery if you don't let lifestyle creep steal it. Think of lifestyle inflation as termites, invisible, slow, but eventually it eats your financial house down to the studs. Fight it by setting rules. For example, every time your salary increases, save at least 50% of that raise before touching the rest. That way, your wealth grows while your freedom accelerates. Number 4, turn side hustle cash into passive machines. Side hustles aren't passive, but they're incredible fuel for passive income. The trick is not blowing your side hustle earnings on short-term luxuries. Imagine you start freelancing and pull in an extra $500 a month. Most people treat that as fun money. They buy gadgets, trips, or endless Uber Eats. Instead, What if you treated that $500 as untouchable investment fuel? Let's do the math. $500 a month invested in dividend ETFs at 8% annual growth for 15 years becomes nearly $170,000. If you keep at it for 25 years, it's close to $460,000. That's not side hustle money, that's freedom money. Even if your side hustle is tiny, say $200 a month, that's still $400 a year. Put that into high-yield dividend stocks or reinvest it, and you're quietly building a snowball that grows while you sleep. The key is discipline. Side hustles should serve your future, not your cravings. Ask yourself, do I want this extra cash to vanish in pizza boxes and sneakers? Or do I want it to buy me the kind of freedom where I never have to hustle again? Number 5. Automate your wealth so you don't rely on willpower. Let's face it, willpower is unreliable. You can promise yourself you'll save, but when your friends invite you on a weekend trip or that limited time sale pops up, suddenly your savings plan evaporates. The cure? Automation. Set up automatic transfers the same day your paycheck lands. If you earn $2,000 and want to save 15%, make sure $300 automatically slides into your investment account before you even touch it. Many online brokerage accounts and robo-advisors allow automatic recurring investments in ETFs, mutual funds, or index funds. Once set, you never have to think about it again. Automation protects you from yourself. It eliminates excuses, procrastination, and oops, I forgot. It turns your financial growth into a background process, like your phone updating apps overnight. You don't need to babysit it, and that's the beauty. Number 6. Reinvest every dollar. Don't cash out early. This is the secret behind compound interest in stocks. It only works if you don't touch it. The temptation to reward yourself early is strong. Resist it. The reward comes when your money pays you $1,000, $2,000, or even $5,000 a month without you lifting a finger. That's true passive income. Here's where most people sabotage themselves. They invest, earn dividends or returns, and then spend it. That's like planting an apple tree and chopping it down after the first fruit. The real wealth comes from reinvestment. Number 7. Protect your investments from silent killers. Wealth isn't just about growing, it's about protecting. There are silent killers that eat your returns: fees, inflation, and bad tax decisions. High fees on mutual funds can quietly drain thousands over decades. Always check the expense ratio of any fund you buy. A 1% annual fee on a $100,000 portfolio may not sound like much, but over 30 years it can cost you more than $150,000. That's like giving away a luxury house for no reason. Inflation is another thief. If your money is sitting in a savings account at 0.5% while inflation is 3%, you're losing purchasing power every year. That's why investing in assets like stocks, ETFs, or real estate is critical. They outpace inflation. Number 8. Play the long game. Don't expect overnight riches. The biggest trap with passive income is impatience. People start investing, see small returns in the first year, and quit. They think, this isn't working, I'll never be rich. But the magic of compounding doesn't show up in year 1. It shows up in year 10, 20, 30. Think of it like planting bamboo. For the first few years, nothing seems to happen. Then suddenly, it shoots up feet in a single season. Wealth is the same. The snowball looks small at first, but once it builds momentum, it becomes unstoppable. Stop chasing get-rich-quick schemes. They burn your time and often your savings. Real wealth is boring. It's small, consistent, automated moves that compound into something extraordinary. Here is a bonus advice for you. Wealth doesn't come from luck, timing the market, or guessing which stock will explode. It comes from systems. A system is saving a fixed percentage, investing it automatically, reinvesting returns, and not touching it for decades. That's it. No lottery ticket, no insider tips, no magic, just discipline. A small paycheck isn't your prison sentence. It's your training ground. Every dollar is a soldier. If you spend it, it dies. If you invest it, it multiplies. You don't need wealth to start. You build wealth by starting. Set up the system. Resist the urge to cash out early. Automate, reinvest, and play the long game. I'm grateful for the chance to share these insights with you. If this video made a difference, like it, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe for more powerful tips. Now, if you want to know why 99.6% of people will never be rich, then watch this video. I'll see you there.